suck at counting.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Every time.
You do.
It's every time. It's just T-Rex saying some random thing.
Listen. If
It's like, what is
fucking
T-Rex's
gave it
thing?
to you like a normal person versus doing dumb shit, I wouldn't have to fucking try.
It's true. Jay just counted me in by saying 3, 7, 9, go or something, and we were like, okay.
We have a system.
You don't really produce. I'm afraid you're just there. Happy New Year!
Hey.
Welcome back, everybody, to Storm King's Thunder, a TableStory production produced by me, TableStory. And did everyone have a nice New Year? You guys in chat and you people in real life over here, not fake people from fake land in chat.
Wasn't too bad.
A lot of duck game, so I had a great time.
As my mic is muted, like an OBS, like a fucking. I do production. Mic is muted.
I do production.
Professional.
So, yeah, I ended up having to edit a video until 10 p.m. last night, and so I just at 10 was like, "Fuck it, I'm not going out." I got in bed. No, I didn't. I played a game of League.
Happy New Year.
I was like playing League as it ticked over and all these fireworks were going off outside. I was like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Fives ARAM.
Kind of Midland.
I think
I was still on my road back to fucking silver because stupid season 7's bullshit.
Nice.
I hate it.
play Overwatch instead.
I think I'm level 13 on League. Like,
Yeah.
I am.
I played a
I just
little bit
don't
too much
understand.
League once upon a time.
It's just my go-to game after. I don't really.
Yeah,
I don't know. Sometimes I'll play Overwatch. Sometimes I'll play League. I'm just not very good at Overwatch. I started out quite good, and now I just suck. I don't know what happened.
Everyone else got better.
Everyone else like leapfrogged me.
Oh no. That's
Working.
half the equation, and then people who were not getting better stopped playing, more or less.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Thanks,
it's
Brad.
the same thing with Destiny. Like, people who were playing Crucible now are pretty much only the people who really, really, really love to play Crucible, and not the people who are like, I'm just having fun. No, you get the guy who's like sweating profusely, his controller with white knuckles, being like, I'm fucking. This is the game of my lifetime.
Mom, do you have the camera? Got the Elgato, Mom.
You better get it. I'm gonna kill this guy and then I'm gonna dab.
That was me at midnight.
You're not wrong.
Did you dab?
I'm
Did
not
you
wrong.
dab at midnight?
No.
I dabbed at midnight as I white knuckled into the inhib. Come on! Yeah, Happy New Year! Easy!
Easy GG.
So, welcome back to Storm King's Thunder. We wasn't here last week because it was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
But the last episode we did do was a Christmas-ish episode where the gang were in, they were at, let me give you the world map because it's fun and it's slightly prettier. You guys were all the way up here, over here. I don't know if you've already moved it. I'm sorry if you did. Along the top of the world of Faerun, or the region of Faerun. Why do they have to be confusing? The world of Toril. There is the Reghead Glacier, and at the center of it there was a tower of ice inside. You guys ended up finding a load of kind of slave elves who had been enslaved by a horrible sorcerer called Santa Claus with icy claws. You guys just busted in, wrecked him. I was drunk too, so I can't really remember what happened.
You got fucked up by Santa. That's what happened, man.
I mean, he's dead though, and you're all alive, so you won.
Vex came in and
some
jumped his
miracle.
head off.
Yeah, you chopped his head off. You freed the elves, who revealed that they were the elves of Christmas, the place, the tower used to be known as Christmas, and then they gave you some gifts for Christmas, and then you left. Although that happened last week.
What did they give us?
Yeah, what did they give me? I
Also,
forgot.
Is my mic
Oh
crackling?
wow, you guys don't even remember what they gave you.
Is my mic fucked up?
I was drinking,
Sounds
dog.
okay to me.
Sounds okay-ish. All right.
You sound like a little bit loud, but that's about it.
I don't know.
I always assume that we hear different to the stream though, because they're getting it through OBS.
Yeah, I'm
so I
like
wouldn't
really
trust what
quiet
we
on
get.
my end. I don't know. Yeah, what did we get though? 'Cause I
So-
don't
I didn't put
I
anything in my
got I
inventory.
got a magnifying glass so I can get +2 rolls for investigation.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Gold got a
right.
magnifying glass.
Oh yeah.
Zavari got a sapphire flute, which gives you a +2 to performance checks. Gamil, you got pet care gloves, which gave you +2 to handling. And Gideon got some welding goggles, which will give him +2 to any tinkering involving metal.
Oh, that's perfect.
So I'm just gonna add this to my inventory so I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. Well, Brad, is it okay that I just gave myself what's it called?
Just change the stats.
No, because you can click the things. I don't know what Roll20 calls it. Expertise and investigation. It gave me +2, so that way I'll
Yeah,
roll.
so long as
Oh.
you have the goggles on, then essentially you have expertise if you already have proficiency in it.
That's
It is the
yeah.
same
That's,
roll.
Well, geez, I don't know where to put mine, but that's fine.
Yeah, so I mean, I can help you out on your,
Alright,
your
cool.
little sheet there. But remember that they're items. So if they're broken or you lose them or you're not wearing them.
I will lose the +2. Sure, got it.
Savari, let me see what you get here. There's a little cog, Savari, on the far right hand side next to
Oh.
spells. So you can give yourself expertise in
Oh, I didn't even know this page existed, y'all. I know you guys can't see what's
Well, it's
happening,
like-
but this
it's
is
like-
very
It's
exciting.
almost completely useless. Until you need to do some really weird specific thing. So you now have a 10 to your performance checks as long as you use the flute to play the song.
Right.
If you use your lute, which is the other instrument you have, then you have an 8. So we minus it by 2.
Oh my god, a +10?
Which is +10, yeah.
What the
There's a lot of...
I mean,
You
If I
guys
use
are
the flute.
fucking-
Wow.
I have a +9 to my athletics roll.
Yo, just wait until I make my shield giant.
I legit used to play flute in 6th grade.
Didn't everybody? The recorder?
Recorder.
No, not a recorder. That's 4th grade. A legit flute. Like I was in band.
Yeah, I was not in band.
I was in band and I chose to play
Damn.
the flute.
Wow.
And I was terrible.
Damn.
I did.
Okay.
I've never played anything in my entire life.
Except yourself.
Except yourself.
Oh! Can we get a high five? We made the same joke.
I don't know where you
I
are.
don't. You're somewhere on the screen.
You guys are on
Like,
either
I'm like-
side of me. Oh, let me just duck.
Punch
and then
her
you
in the
guys-
face.
I'm just.
Why
I'm,
these
I'm
two
just
hands just come in?
So, like on my screen, I'd have to go through. I have to go down.
Yeah.
And then through Savari.
Punch through Savari.
Yep.
It's like something that would
Awesome.
happen in an anime.
Jay, it'd be your left hand and then Sam's right hand. And then, yeah. And I'll get 2
Yeah,
mannequin
you have to
arms on
either
either
connect
side.
us. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
connect us.
Someone on Twitter edit that together.
Yeah, please.
Just really long, creepy arms. Just
Like swindling over as well.
my tattoo shows up in 3 different spaces. Like
Like a
Like
weird
one of those-
panorama.
Yeah. Bad panoramas.
Dude, I love bad
There was-
panorama pictures.
I think that was two Christmases ago. We were at my sister's apartment back in St. Louis, and we took one of those really like somebody moved through the panorama shot.
Yeah.
And it actually just it was terrifying. My brother had like a freakishly long neck and like
Oh my
no
God.
hand. Like it was.
I love that shit.
I
so
love
much.
bad panoramas.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah.
Okay, so just I got us, by the way. This is a somewhat badass thing. You guys have like what is it? A bonus to all of your saving throws when you're next to me. So everyone just like huddle next to me from now on.
Why do you have that?
Aura of protection, mother funster,
Okay.
madaleka.
I have a +9 to strength saving throws.
So you get
This is fine.
+2 to that.
That's fine.
I think it's +2 to
21.
every roll. It's equal to my charisma modifier.
I also got shattered orb pieces. Forgot to mention that as well.
Oh, that's right.
Of some nature of which I don't know that I
Yes. And
feel
that's-
inclined to repair.
I hope that I remember what that did.
In before I like become weak again, and it's just a big troll. And it's like
Yeah,
"Ha,
right.
ha, ha."
Haha! It's still, yeah, you are now, you become the next Santa Claus. Yeah, no, I
That'd be
remember-
badass.
I remember. Yeah, you need some magical glue, and then
Ye old
Yeah.
Elmers.
Hey, I wish you got that
you don't
steed
need
spell.
Elmer's glue, you need wizard Elmer's glue. There's
Wizard Elmer's
special
glue.
brand.
You
It's
need
in
a
blue
wizard
bottle,
to
not a red
summon a
bottle.
horse.
The top of it isn't orange; it's the little wizard's cap that you have to unscrew.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Or there's the super variety, which is actually a staff, and you just project it onto it.
Yeah.
the last thing to remember is that Gideon has gone
Hello.
blind again.
Yeah.
He has his
Did you
burning.
mention that enough
burning
time would have
fire.
passed that he wouldn't be blind from this session, or did we not talk about that?
No, I
honestly
think it's a
Uh,
permanent blindness, right?
He's still blind. He is also under
I like-
what would essentially be the effects of the slow spell.
Oh yeah,
so-
because you got the haste.
I just
Yep.
like tie a fucking dish rag around my eyes for the whole session.
Dish rack.
you
Oh,
have
whoa.
Might be
there,
too
Illinois.
big for your
Fall
face.
down.
You have to for us to understand what's going on. So slow. Your speed is halved.
Oh,
You take a -2 penalty to AC and Dex saving throws, and you can't use reactions.
Lovely.
You can only use an action or a bonus action, not both, on your turn. Regardless
Fantastic.
of the creature's abilities and magical items, it can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn.
hold on.
It's
Didn't we
bullshit.
just take a long rest though?
You've had a long rest, but you wake up and you're still blind and you're still slowed.
So like me, hungover after New Year.
Is how you feel.
Blind and slowed.
Blind and slowed.
Little like
Um,
weed crumbs in my eyelashes. I can't see.
That is literally it. That's the feeling. Yeah. Oh, my old friend. Other than that, I think that pretty much covers what we did last week. It was
Yeah.
a fever dream of an episode, and no one can remember it very well, even in character, which is
Yup.
strange because there was a strange magical aura.
So I'm just
Oh,
like,
I was
why am
gonna
I
say,
blind again?
Shit kicked in. We all brain damage.
You
Yeah,
remember vaguely while you're blind.
I
is
got like thrashed about, dude. Well, that's
See-
Sam. You missed it. Like I opened up my character sheet and I was like, am I dead? Because my HP's at 0. Like,
Oh, you didn't.
when did I go unconscious? Like what happened? I
it
actually don't.
was from the eggnog.
Was it from the millions of bolts of lightning that struck you? Maybe.
I have no idea if I actually said it, by the way, because I struggle to DM even when I'm awake. But you have another one of those orange glass stones as well, Gideon. So you have.
God fucking damn it! I just want to be Illidan in storm range, Brad. Just
Well,
let
you
me
have
be
another
blind.
one of those orange
That's
glass
fine.
stones.
No, I thought I only had the one though. In all seriousness.
You have one. You smashed it. You went temporarily blind.
No, I
and
have another one.
Came
invulnerable.
back.
Crazy.
Then you got another one after that one was done. You smashed that last week.
Yeah.
or last, and then you were invulnerable, hasted,
I'm just being,
and now you have another one.
just being spoon-fed
Fucking
plot
orange
armor,
crush
man.
over here.
God, Dragon Ball Z, motherfunsters, let's go.
It's a little, yeah, it's a little more powerful than a Senzu bean.
Do they just like get more and more like stronger and stronger, and then like eventually the 5th one kills me? Like it's just like I'm tired of
pretty-
giving these to you.
There are 7 Dragon Balls.
You explode.
They are divine and too powerful for your tiny mortal body.
Bible thump.
As Brad writes, write something about orange.
Divine.
Make sure to give description and or consequences.
They
Shit.
are orange, and when you smash them, yeah, no, you if you can
Old
get all
Pappy's
7,
ball glow orbs.
if you can get all 7 of them, then Skinny Penis will appear and grant you a wish.
Oh my god.
It's your boy, Skinny Penis. I will grant you one wish.
Oh my god, why? Why are you like this?
I don't know. I'm sorry. So, moving on with what is this? Chapter 12.
Fuck it.
Yes. No, 11. I mean 12 if you want to include last week as canon, but
After a
11.
bunch.
Well, it was canon.
Okay, so yeah, it's 12. Chapter 12.
Chapter 12. The Eye of the Allfather. All right, fine. Let's continue with the game. Sure, we can do that, can't we, guys? Who
That-
wants to
I
continue?
think
with
that's
the
what we're
game?
here to do.
I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
There we go.
Wait,
Chapter-
hold on. Somebody from the chat said I knocked you out with my anchor boulder. Like what? When did that happen, dude? How
That's
fucking
how
drunk
this
was I?
happened.
You won the who was drunk at the end of the night, so
I mean, I did.
I think you hit him with your anchor, and then I killed Boulder.
what?
Yeah, that might have happened. No, you crit one, and you.
Yeah, you
smacked-
threw a fucking axe at
Yeah.
him. That was it.
Thanks,
Oh.
man.
Sorry.
Boulder had a really shit time last week.
He did not have a good day.
Boulder
You
got
nerfed.
like
Yeah, dude.
sick. He got beat up on by his friends.
Yeah.
Boulder was fragile.
Fragile.
But
fragile
Boulder
little-
also wait, that you had the disguise as well.
Yeah, you did become Gideon.
Flawless Gideon disguise.
We had the crit perfect
was- that was
disguise.
amazing.
Uh,
The fan art of that was still fantastic.
And
From you,
oh my
Austin.
gosh, all the conversations with Vexy thinking that Gideon's just an asshole.
yeah.
All the signs.
Well, Gideon's gone full. Gideon's going full blown fucking Anakin Skywalker at the moment for some reason.
Anakin Scott, what do you mean?
he's going full on.
He's gonna take an anchor to some fucking younglings.
Yeah, right. Yo, give me some
Ah,
kids.
younglings.
Let's go.
Did anyone see that picture of the youngling, the Anakin, the one that goes, Master Skywalker, there are too many of them, what are we going to do? And they've taken his face, put it on Snoke, and it matches. And
Oh.
everyone is like, wait a second.
Oh my god.
The youngling is Snoke. Spoilers. Anyway.
Wow. Thanks,
And
Brad.
How dare you?
I thought it was Mace Windu.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's Mace Windu. I don't
Really?
care. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably no one. I think they've already confirmed that it's just a new character, and everyone's still like, "It's Mace Windu." Like, yeah, but
Samuel Jackson's like, I ain't dead.
yeah. Samuel Jackson's like, "Hey, I have some more of that retirement fund." Because he's getting old. All right.
Thanks. Wait, thank you.
Thank you for explaining, Brad, because I was confused.
Shut up.
Chapter 12. Okay, so here's what's going to happen now. We're going to fast forward a little ways.
Okay.
Because the opening line that I wrote for this, seeming like a strange fever dream with only the gifts from the elves to remember the time by, Vexilanthus, the copper dragon, plus the gang atop his powerful back fly away from the Breakhead Glacier towards the spine of the world and the Valley of Kedron, which was the place that originally you were heading to. It was kind of on the way that you were going to help out Vexy and go and deal with Santa, and Santa had done some shit to Vexy. Vexy will have explained to you over the last, like, it's been roughly a 14-hour flight. That's what you're looking at. That's how far away this bullshit is.
Damn.
You've been flying with a couple of little stops and rests. He's been flying pretty much straight from the Breakhead Glacier. He explains that he finds out that that Santa took his old body when he cast him out, sent him down to the Abyssal Plane. Santa had actually taken his body, and that huge skeleton of a dragon that you saw was Vexy.
Oh, shit.
Vexy's old body, and Santa had used it and was like inside using his body to fly around as a copper dragon for like 1,000 years, and then Vexy has come back with a new body. That was essentially what was going on there. That was the issue. The orb that you had was the magic that was left within that original copper dragon body of Vexy, which is why it's able to attune and work with Vexy to give him the power to turn into a vaguely human thing if he wants to. It's up to you guys if you want to keep that orb or if you want to give it to Vexy.
Vexy hold on to it without like turning into thing.
You can put it in a little pouch, yeah.
Good point.
It's up to you guys. I mean, you guys can have it if you want to keep it, or
I'd rather not turn into a fish small thing.
would there be like any
Why not?
advantage present to us to keep it?
doesn't seem like it now.
I kind of
Stick
want
on
you just
your
to be a
iPad.
dick, but
are
no.
we really
Is that
gonna
what
want to
your
go to a
iPhone
city
for?
with a
Um,
dragon?
At the moment, its singular thing that it seems
You're
to
right.
do is power up Vexy more than anything else. Though a necromancer was using it for something.
I mean, I think Vexy should keep it.
Yeah.
He helped us out like
I'm there.
shit. We all got gifts.
Here's looking at you, kid.
All right, so we'll assume that you've wrapped it up, and Vexy now has the orb, that you never
How does he
really
hold it?
investigated to find out what it's called. Or
Yeah. How
anything.
does he like
He's a
store
dragon.
it?
What?
It's in a pouch and a rope around his neck, like a necklace. And he's flying
just-
along now.
Accidentally swung into the chest
Well, it's
cavity.
it's in the pouch.
Can you imagine?
Just
He's
rips up in,
he's
and
like
then we all
flying
fall to
and-
our death.
It's like magnetized to his
Yeah,
chest.
right.
No, it's okay as long as he doesn't actually make contact with it with skin. And so he's gonna fly you guys away. So it's been a little while. It's been a sort of 14-hour over the course of a single night. Coming into around midday the next day, you guys will actually approach the area known as the Eye of the Allfather over here, on here, and the Valley of Kedrun, which Vexy knows about. You guys don't actually know it's called the Eye of the Allfather. This is the spine of the world all the way along here, and this area is the Valley of Kedrun. And then once you reach this area, I would like some perception checks while you're on the back of Vexy.
So we're going to see the Greybeards.
Yeah. Learn how to tame a dragon. Perception, you said?
Yes, please, yeah.
Perception.
With advantage?
Why do you get advantage? Because you're on a dragon?
Because we are high on top of a dragon, it's easier to see things.
I'm going to allow it.
I can't see shit.
Well, no, you can have advantage because
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
because you're from a bird's eye view. Sure. You want to argue cases? I'll always listen. So let's see. What do we have? We have a 19, a 14, a 17, and an 18. So Gideon, actually, you have no chance because this is entirely relying on eyesight, of which you have none.
Oh yeah.
Good
So
roll.
even though you rolled well, you
It's that way.
it's irrelevant. Yeah, you couldn't even see it. So as you guys have spent the last hour or two flying over this area, the Eye of the Allfather area, eventually you do actually spot Harshnag, the frost giant that you met previously.
Is he still running?
He's stood on top of a huge, great rock, snow-covered rock, and you'll be able to notice that it's him specifically. This is the friendly frost giant that you guys met previously. Huge blue skin. The main standout feature from him is that he wears a kind of white dragon helm as a sort of helmet. As
skull.
he's looking up, yeah, basically he uses a dragon skull as a helm. And he's squinting and looking up at you. He gives a wave up to where you guys are, and then ducks down and dives behind the boulders and rocks and seems to disappear from view. Vexy actually doesn't see him and just carries on flying. You guys are on top of Vexy's back. What would you like?
Shit. Up, buddy. Turn it around. We're going down that way.
Hey, oh. He's got a darn skull on his head. Don't want Vexy to see that.
What?
I mean, I think it's
This guy
fine.
This is on your head, not mine.
Vexy's giant coppery dragon head turns and he looks back towards you and says, "What are you saying? I don't understand."
There's a skull on someone's head.
Right.
Is what they're saying.
We're going down to a giant down there. You probably didn't see him. He's right down that way, over that way. Just turn it around and land over there.
I'm not
This
a fan of giants.
He's a good one. He's a homie. He's like just we don't like them very much either. Like
He's a homie.
If you say so. And Vexy, trusting in you guys, trusts in 3 of the 4 of you at least, flying down. Why the hell would he trust you, Gideon? You've gone crazy.
Gideon evil
didn't give him a
sorcerer,
reason
like
to-
literal like words of warning written to him in the ice.
You he begins to descend, flies down towards the area where you guys saw the frost giant Harshnag, coming into a steady landing this time instead of the horrific crash landing that you guys had to deal with last time. He allows you all to embark on the top of what is essentially a mountaintop, and kind of an expanse of snow-covered mountaintops. Pretty much nothing in sight in terms of like a city or a temple or anything like that. There's just these rocky outcrops and different various mountaintops. You're not at the very top of the spine of the world here. There is higher mountains up above you. A mountain passes, kind of sort of small, narrow ones lead around, but generally you are on top of a random mountain, and Vexy looks a little confused as you guys disembark, and looking down at you, he says, here?
I mean, can we see the giant from here?
You
Still?
can't, but you can see the kind of set of rocks and boulders that he was stood on. They'd be like 30 feet away from you towards the north of where you've landed.
Okay, so he was there and he's like moved, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he should be somewhere around here. I mean, I could always yell for him if you guys want me to do that. Can someone help Gideon off the back of the dragon? He can't see what he's saying.
Please.
Come
Guys.
here, Gideon.
Where's here?
We need to use a buddy system.
I'm just gonna,
For
like
this.
flop off into his arms. Like,
Well,
He's
actually,
like,
you kinda
fall
can.
to me, and you fall in the opposite direction.
It's actually a relatively safe landing either way because it's very, very thick snow. You're looking at like a foot of snow.
oh.
So you
He just like face plants into it.
I just roll off the opposite way.
it's cold and it's nasty, but
From like eye level,
I
like the silhouette of where he fell into, kind of like a cartoon. Or it's just like
Can I-
I'm just,
gnomish body.
I just imagine it like a movie, how like you just, like you just slide off. There's no.
yeah.
Can I tie
100%.
my rope around Gideon?
We're doing,
Yeah.
yeah, we're doing this again.
Yep.
It's fine. I don't need the rope. I'm good.
No, no.
good.
I'm tying it around you whether you
Fine.
like it or not.
Let's. Okay, this is embarrassing.
Yeah,
Just accept it.
Like that one
it
time I
is
pissed
really
my pants.
embarrassing. Yeah, you're kind of up there with embarrassing stories, aren't you?
You know,
Does he still have the hole in his
Yeah.
pants for his asses as well?
Yeah.
I have a hole where my ass is.
Didn't you like have
No,
like
it was where my
the
balls
butt of-
were.
I
Well,
but I
you had
wrapped
that,
it.
but then the butt of your pants got ripped off, didn't it?
Jay, we all have that, okay? We all have that. But your pants, yes, there was a hole where your pants are. So
There was like in the crotch, and then you fixed that, right? And then
Yeah.
there was
well, yeah, but then but
Didn't
then-
Vexy
wait,
bite
was it
his-
Camille who burned his ass? I forget.
yeah, like someone
No,
burned.
no, it was the those ice like lizard things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Can we get a recap on the pants situation for Gideon, please?
he's got a hole in his pants in the butt area. You can just see his little hairy butthole.
No, that's clean shaven.
His little
Clean
clean-shaven
shaven.
gnomish. His
Why
little
Why
gnomish
can we
butt-
see his butthole?
Pristine.
Why are his
Sorry.
cheeks?
Did you
Every
not-
every long rest.
That's how a gnomish butt looks. They're like
Yeah.
naturally spread.
Oh
Why?
Why? Because
It's like
I-
Why?
No one
That-
do
and
fan
that
art of that. No.
is now canon.
really weird.
No.
That's now canon. Every gnome ass is now automatically spread.
Naturally,
No.
yeah.
They
I would
grow
like
in
to walk
opposite
where
directions.
Harshnag went, and not to have this conversation anymore.
I'm so
So,
upset.
yeah, the direction where
fucking
Harshnag is lays a little ways to the north of where you are. Vexy, however, starts taking a few steps away from you guys. He looks back over his shoulder and says, "Thank you all for helping me. I'll keep this orb for now, and I'll head back to my lair and find each of you a nice reward, as promised. Don't worry about me, I'll find you. and then he takes a few strides, heavy thuds,
As
and
he's
his formidable wings take flight. What do you want to say? What?
Hey, buddy.
sorry, family just decided to walk in. They were like, "Hey,
I'm bringing the meatloaf.
oh, my uncle was like drunk.
Oh, shit.
No,
Shitter's clogged.
knowing him personally. Yeah.
Again.
Um,
I'm so sorry.
as Vexy's flying off, I'm just like, "Don't forget the dragon egg."
No shit.
Vexy looks back and winks at you as he flies south away from the mountain, and in the opposite direction from where you are. Boulder, you're a little further away as you began to head towards the rocks and boulders where Harshnag was hidden. You see his quite large frost giant form poke a head out tentatively between two large and even though you've all seen him fight and help you quite easily deal with two other frost giants, he takes a look up at the dragon flying away and then steps out and with a little wave beckons you guys over.
I'm gonna skip on over.
Come on, Gideon.
All right.
Pull him along.
Don't pull so hard, please. Thank you. I just.
Fine.
What's going on?
Little nudges.
Wait, can Camille use Gideon now as a new weapon? Like how
Please.
Gideon used
Oh,
Anchor?
God.
Why is my
The
camera?
Dex
I know. I just saw that. I mean, I know I'm blind in game, but
Just
need to be
spin him around.
Oh, that would be the
If
perfect.
he
way.
spins
I
him
am-
and Gideon is spinning his anchor,
I am the
you get
yo-yo
double
of
length
justice.
attack.
Can we start a tornado?
If the more you fuck with him, the better, of course, yeah.
Yeah, great, lovely, lovely. Just gonna be.
Good to
Come
know.
on, Gideon.
And, Boulder
That's
set
the
him on
mountain.
fire.
Metal Gear.
I'll need 120 D6, please, as you fall from the mountain.
Yeah, right. Where on the map are we, real quick? Like exactly?
Exactly on the dot where it says the Eye of the All-Father.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
At the top, you can look down and see off the sides, but it's like it's not like you're on like a thin mountain peak. You're on just like a.
Can look off the side. I can, huh? No. Thanks.
Yeah, with your
Well,
eyes.
Thanks.
Look with
Thanks for
your
the
special
microaggressions.
you
Look
up
with
and
your
get it.
special eyes.
as you approach Harshnag, Gideon, you hear the voice suddenly boom out from behind the rocks, or as he steps out from behind the rocks, he says, "Ah, you made it, and in style, no less. Was that a blooded dragon?"
Yeah, he's
Who's
our
that?
friend. He was a fish
Who
when we
is
were in
that?
the Ashen Plain. We came back and he wasn't a fish, he was a dragon, and we fought Santa, and it was a good weekend.
I am the godfather of his dragon.
Camille,
Lord
who is that?
Bling.
Who is it?
Oh, it's Boulder.
Oh, hi, Boulder.
No,
Um,
not oh my.
It sounds like you've had quite the journey.
Yeah, it's been a good
Say that.
time.
What's wrong with that one? And he points at Gideon.
Oh, he's got something in his eye.
Well, me?
He's being dramatic again.
What? I'm fucking blind, Savari.
Uh
There's dramat. Do I still look like Savari? I just,
Well, I
I
mean,
just had the thought. Do I still look like?
if I mean,
Oh
it's
no,
been-
it would have been a 14-hour flight. Yeah. Okay, never mind.
yeah, it's been quite a long time, but I mean, you can still have the hat on or whatever. Like,
Well, I guess now I've got the welding goggles
take it up,
on,
put it back on.
like anime style, and this big baggy ass hat.
yeah.
You just turned into like a
Cool.
like a steampunk hipster.
Yeah, right. I don't know where the voice is coming from. It's just, hi, I'm Gideon. I don't know if we've met before. But,
Yes, it's me, Harshnag.
oh, my man. What's up?
Well, you made good time. I barely made it here myself.
I go and turn Gideon to face Harshnag.
Am I like turned? I pointed at my man.
He like taps you on your back.
This cloud.
The frost giant, though perplexed and confused by what's going on, says, "Well then, onwards to the eye of the All-Father."
What are we gonna find there? You haven't really explained that part yet.
The all what now?
Well, I'm hoping we can speak with the Oracle.
The who?
Oh, just casually.
Yes. It should be able to answer a few questions that I have and you have.
Wait, it?
Well, I'm not too sure what the Oracle is, but I know where it is.
He said it.
Don't say anything, Gideon.
Okay.
Just accept
How
it.
far away is this oracle?
Well, we need to find the Eye of the All-Father. And I haven't been here since I was, well, about the size of that small one there. And he points at Gideon.
Do I remember what Harshnag... can I roll a check to see if I remember what Harshnag looks like?
Yeah.
I'm sure I would. Just go intelligence.
How would you forget
only
the
see
giant,
one.
the
Okay,
snow
so-
giant?
Yeah, it's easily forgettable.
So, all right. Can I use
So
the
many of
hat
them.
real quick to disguise myself as him?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. You
Just
can-
gotta, like, over like a minute, just a small shimmering form. I'm not gonna say anything. Just gonna.
You're like a tiny little chibi Harshnag now. tiny little gnome giant with a cool white. The hat would have transformed into a white dragon skull for a helm. You've got a weird sort of axe in one hand and some patchy kind of armor made from bits and bobs that you've picked up through your travels.
Is there no limit to that ability, by the way? Like,
It's
It
like
just allows him
it's an
to
action. Yeah, it's an action.
Just
oh,
do it. He can just do it
great.
whenever.
Does Gamil
so
know
he can
how
do
he's doing
whatever
that?
he wants to without really any restrictions, except during battle. Okay, great.
Pretty much.
Fine.
Does Gamil know how he does that, or he's just like...
Roll me an Arcana check. I mean,
Neil,
you're probably aware that it's the hat by now.
Neil, check it out.
Yeah, you're aware that it's a hat that lets him do it.
You son of a gun.
Magic hat.
Yeah.
Head is the dumbest.
Harshnag just laughs. Yes, excellent job. And then he picks Gideon up with one hand,
No, no.
takes the rope off,
No.
puts him on his shoulder, and
Oh.
says, "Hold on, little one. We're only gonna get slowed down." And then now there's a big Harshnag with a little Harshnag on his shoulder. Harshnag turns around and just starts heading north, back through where the rocks were, revealing a kind of small little, like mountain pass, not a man-made one, like a natural mountain pass that starts heading down into some like icy peaks. And as he travels, he turns to you all and says, "Well, it's an underground complex built by giants. I think it's this way." He carries on walking.
Uh-oh. Can I
I'm
can I perception check to like see what's going on and see if
Sure,
we can
give me
see
a
anything?
perception check.
Okay.
Gideon's you're just bouncing up and down.
Camille, he said he thinks he knows where it is.
You're just whispering
You're
into
right next to his
Harshnag.
ear, dude. You are-
I mean, it's not like I would know, right? I just got picked up and
I feel
put
like
down.
You would because you're on somebody's shoulder. I think
You can
that's a
feel
pretty
that
hard.
movement.
I guess he'd be
It's
really
like
loud
riding
now,
a
yeah.
fucking elephant as
I know
well.
I'm sitting on
You a
something.
piggyback, Gideon.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely hears what you're saying, but he doesn't seem to respond to you.
He's not the most intelligent person.
Savari, Harshnag is heading down through these icy peaks. It kind of looks at first like it's just a random mountain pass that's just naturally formed. However, after a few more steps, you see that it sort of tapers off and becomes what look like steps covered in ice, not necessarily treacherously covered in ice, but it starts to spiral downwards further and further. There is a large kind of domed entrance at the very foot, maybe 100, 150 feet below, as you head down towards it. So it does look like there's something down there that's not, that is man-made, giant-made.
Okay. All right. So she keeps walking. Just keep walking and everything.
Cool. Everybody just following Harshnag?
I do have a quick question. Because I wanted to go back and ask about the thing. Since we were on the flight, I meant to ask this earlier, but since we were on the flight, did I have time to do the Conjure Familiar, or should I do this would I have to sit down and do it at another time?
Well, what does it say in the spell? How long does it take to find
An hour?
I don't know if you would have done it on the flight, because it might have just appeared and then died.
Just float off. Either on the flight or when she was like drunk with a bunch of people doing that long rest, being like, "Look what I can do now!"
We're like flying so fast, and you summon it, and you're like, just like in the air for a second. You're like, oh, and then
pretty much. We'll say that you spent this time between the last session and now, like mostly the flight, and the rest that you would have taken in the comfort and safety of the Tower of the Elves, working that spell out. So you now know how to do it. You're like, hey, I think I can cast that now.
Okay.
You haven't actually done it, because I think that's an easier way to deal with that sort of stuff when we get new spells and things.
Okay, cool. I feel like also her being drunk and being like, I think I could do this, is like a good way for her to learn new spells.
Yeah. So like next short rest, or next time just something's happening where you just, I don't know, stood around for an hour because Balder's investigating or something, then you can sort of maybe do it then. But we'll say you haven't done it yet, because I think that's an easier way to progress. All right, so you people, you goddamn people.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, you people?
What do you?
Sorry, it was aimed
That's
at the
our
dragon.
word.
I identify as giantkin now.
That's fair. You lived with a giant on a little island.
Actually, I did.
You're a seagull kin. Yeah, after like a maybe a 10-minute sort of tentative climb, which Harshnag doesn't seem to struggle with, but maybe you guys have a few slip down this bit or worrisome footing climb down to the entrance. You find yourselves in a kind of domed entranceway into a stone building. It's sort of set inside these mountains, hidden in amongst mountains all the way up and around it. And then heading down, you find yourselves in this domed entranceway. I do have a map, and I'm just going to send it or bring you guys over to it, but this is a strange looking thing. Here we go. Okay. I just want to check that that's loaded, because this didn't load for me earlier on when I first
Yeah, it
did
didn't load for me. Oh, now we're
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, give it a second and it will like load everything up, because this is another one of those big old maps that we've used before. So, you find yourselves in basically the entranceway as you approach it is sort of 40 feet wide. It looks like a naturally formed entranceway, though there is some stone carvings, things like polished stone areas, and then snow and ice seems to kind of cover a lot of it up. If you were just walking past without trying to find this place, you would very likely just head on past. As you enter the entranceway and find yourselves here at the beginning of the Eye of the All-Father temple, I guess is what it is, you are faced with a choice. A choice. Not a choice necessarily, although in a way always a choice. There's a kind of a causeway covered with some snow as you approach. So in here there's all this cold wind blowing in, but you're now inside of the entranceway. There is this bridge which begins to stretch out ahead of you this way, and the natural entranceway of this area on the causeway gives way to a more crafted stone entrance and a bridge. Harshnag next to you looks up and down and around at the area and says, seems smaller than it was before.
Well, you're bigger than you were before. Obviously.
He picks up Gideon, puts him on the ground, and says, don't know about that.
Can I retie the about the thing about round.
Nope. No rope. I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
you're
Nope.
blind
Nope.
as a bat.
Nope.
Just without the
I
sonar.
got this.
There are spiders
I'm gonna-
everywhere. Trust me. You want to be tied to a rope, otherwise you're just gonna fall in the pit of
I'm gonna
spiders.
look in a wild direction. I love spiders, sorry.
No, these are gnome eating spiders everywhere.
I'm gonna try and prove I can walk fine.
Uh,
What am I rolling for this right now?
As soon as you take like 2 steps forward, Harshnag's massive hand grabs a part of your fake-looking Harshnag armor and says, "Well, you'll want to watch out. There's a sheer drop, and you'll
Oh.
fall to the bottom of the mountain if you fall off the edge. Maybe you should take the rope."
Gideon.
Give me the rope.
I wrap it around him.
Thanks.
You know, it would have been more funny if you did fall off, though. And then have Boulder do like a whole lasso thing around you whilst you're falling.
We would have gotten super cool points for that. But no, it's fine. Fine. You lead the way.
So Harshnag takes a
Nice.
few steps forward and then points at an edge, which most of you will be able to see roughly in the dimness of the darkness. Boulder, however, this is just like a pitch black cave
Great.
basically in front of you. You wouldn't know where the edges were. You
Oh,
won't be able to see
no.
the beginning of the natural
Would a torch help me at all?
causeway. Yes, it would if you'd like to light a torch.
I
or-
would absolutely
the-
like to be able to
Otherwise, you are also blind, basically.
see shit. Yeah, I would like to use a torch and then
Cool.
have my vision altered on roll 20 so I can see things.
Does Boulder still have the
You have
flamethrower?
you have torch vision. Anyway.
Does Boulder
Boulder
still have
does.
the
Oh, so this is me seeing shit with the torch? Great. I feel no better.
Huge. This place is freaking huge. Essentially, you are looking at sort of sheer cliffs that plunge off of an edge that falls hundreds of feet down on both sides of the causeway directly in front of you. There is
you say
snow.
see, but I don't see.
You will see them as you approach. Harshnag, like stepping ahead, leads the way. Kind of. You can light a torch and get an idea. At the moment, it's still snow coming in from the outside. There is. Let's see here.
They're all scooting around.
Give me a set of perception checks, everyone but Gideon. You can roll it if you want, but you won't see anything.
No, I would see.
Can I roll an investigation check?
Yeah, you can roll an investigation check, sure.
Pop, 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 pop.
So let's see. Savari and Boulder, just taking a few steps in, you'll notice that there are some fresh tracks in the snow which give way to the stone. This area here gives way of snow into sort of stone. There are now in this area. This is there's no snow, but there is pillars. And Harshnag steps before them, admiring these strange pillars. They have a depiction on each of them of different giants. One of them is, I don't know why this won't load for me. It's so annoying. 1 second. All right, so from left to right, there are depictions on each of these pillars of a hill giant lifting a rock above his head, a frost giant chopping down a great big tree, a cloud giant flying among birds in the sky, a storm giant hurling lightning bolts at a ship, a stone giant climbing a mountain, and a fire giant with a chained dwarf prisoner in a cavern on the very last one over here. Yeah, and Harshnag's looking them over. Like I said, it was made by giants. Don't know what's in there anymore.
Do
Hopefully.
I see the last one?
You can see them all, yeah. You guys, again, you're safe on the causeway. You don't need to be clinging to Harshnag. You can take a moment to look over each of these pillars. And then again, this sort of leads into a hall. This is a huge drop off into.
Yeah, I see that now. I was like,
Into-
oh, it's like dark over
yeah.
there.
Dabbing
Oh, the
off,
light's
boys.
lighting it up.
Goodbye.
Oh, it's like-
into what is essentially kind of oblivion. And then beyond these pillars, there is a hallway which leads further in. Harshnag just kind of points with his axe. He's got this strange, huge, jagged axe, and points and says, "Well, it's in that way. The Oracle. Now, what's it
lettering?
Brad, should I be given access to be able to move Gideon with me?
No, it's fine. I'll keep up.
It's all right. If your token is not next to him, but you say
It has
he's
to be
following
for
me
roleplay
around
purposes.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
These tokens only represent a very small idea of what we're looking at. You can, if you say he's following you around on a thing, he's following you around on a thing.
He's currently spinning.
It's currently tying me up right now.
Yeah.
Gideon.
God damn it.
Yeah, so you head into what is essentially a long hallway. It's about 40 feet high. And I presume with that, 30 feet wide. Give me another set of perception checks as you head in. The thick, heavy footfalls of Harshnag accompanying you.
Can I do a sound-based perception
Yeah, you
check?
can do. This is entirely a sound-based perception check.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Gideon senses heightened. The other senses heightened. Pretty much
His exposed asshole.
Daredevil style. You hear some noises coming from the far end of the hall. This sounds like people are in here. Harshnag also kind of stops as he steps in and says, People?
What?
What?
There's. I'm gonna in like a whisper. There's people on the other side.
How do you?
I don't hear anything.
I've stopped asking questions about how Gideon does things a while ago.
I can hear. You can't hear them?
No, can't hear them.
I can hear them
I don't.
and smell them.
Okay.
They smell the lilacs. I'm kidding.
That's just Savari. She's always smelled that way.
Oh.
I smell very nice.
Oh.
Do you have a problem with how I smell?
I can hear them.
I swear to God.
Would I like? Would I be able to
Turn this giant
gauge
around.
how far they are?
They're far enough away that you can't really hear what they're saying, but it's definitely people speaking, muttering, a few sort of strange grunts. It's definitely echoing down the hallway, but only Gideon and Harshnag are actually able to hear.
Can I use Divine Sense real quick?
Anything. Yeah, sure. What's the range?
60 feet.
60 feet. Yeah, you send out a divine 60 feet
Fuck.
sonar.
10 feet apiece?
Oh my god.
And it doesn't really send anything back to you in at all. There's nothing living other than the guys around you, or nothing that the divine sense would pick up on.
They're pretty far.
Are you sure there's people though?
I can hear.
You're not just having a fit.
Okay.
You've had a lot of weird shit happen, dude. Like, I don't know if
Bet
this is
you
real life.
10 gold. There's people on the other side of wherever we are.
I'm not.
You
I don't want to
have
take
gold.
any bet.
Mon-
First of all,
I have gold. You don't know that.
If you've taken one before,
You don't lost it all.
a couple weeks ago.
just put my finger to Boulder's face. If you guys think there's people, do we want to proceed quietly? Because I figured out something while I was drinking, and I'm really excited about it. I have no idea if it's gonna work.
What is it?
Did you catch something from Fancy Pants?
I want to cast Pass Without Trace.
You can do expend the spell slot. Essentially, it gives everyone a +10 to stealth checks. Does it do anything else crazy?
feel
It
anything?
says, a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity. Checks can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Cool.
I tried to do
So-
that last time with a spell scroll and failed, and then no one knew, so I just told them, it's fine. Totally worked.
The how do you cast it?
Yeah, do we feel anything?
I mean,
wanna-
it depends
I
how
wanna just-
Savari wants it to be cast, how it looks, and what happens.
I want to look fucking cool. but it's not going to. I feel like it's something she needs to perfect over a while. She's just gonna be like, all right, just listen to this, and then just one little on her new flute, just one little, just quietly.
Yeah, that only you guys can
I did it. I did it. No one knows that anything happened.
That was it.
Was there no visuals to that? It was just the sound.
I don't
The visual was like lots of fanfare getting the flute out.
Oh,
Well, like the spell is a
Spinning it.
veil of shadow, right?
Spinning it
Yeah,
and then just
I meant like, is
I
there any
imagine,
visual
like,
to the spell
maybe
itself,
this
not to
dark
how you
mist.
do it?
This dark mist would like, and then I'd just be like, what the fuck did she do?
I feel like there'd be a little bit of like translucency around each one of us.
Camille, is she?
Well, she cast a spell, but I don't know what the fuck it was.
Just it should help us just get past people.
You played
I
music.
drank a lot
that
of
doesn't-
fire whiskey.
Oh,
It
fuck.
was fine. I
Okay.
figured it out. The elves helped. It was cool.
We should be
Rightio.
quiet as we approach then.
Everyone roll a stealth check and
Plus
add 10. I will roll one for
27.
19.
Or 18.
Harshnag rolls a 12. So, not bad, but considering even with the spell, you should be almost like immutable. You shouldn't be able to hear anything at all. You do actually hear some small sounds, even though it's nowhere near as loud as it should be. Harshnag's enormous foot, dum, sounds more like a boom. But there is a noise, and you guys can begin to proceed. However, Harshnag does look down and say, perhaps I should lead the way.
I mean, you brought us here.
Yup.
So-
Go ahead.
You want me to?
It's dick.
Yeah, no, that's the joke.
He looks up and down around the hall and says, "Yep, let's hope there's no traps." And he starts to tiptoe forward. Dum,
Oh, God.
dum.
Can I investigate the hallway for traps then?
Yes, you may.
So much meta.
Shit.
I know you said there's
Ahead
so much
time.
meta, but I thought you said there's so much murder. Like an old,
So
much murder.
Fucking Angela
Actually,
Lansbury.
as you start to head through this hallway, you do notice that above you there is some these kind of like stone blocks, which are clearly not part of the just the ceiling, which is 40 or 60. I can't remember what I said. I'm gonna say 60 because that's better. 60 feet
You
above
said
you.
40 feet, but we can do 60, sure.
Fuck it, it's 60.
It went taller.
They don't necessarily look like traps, but they do look like they would drop down. They're above where you, Boulder, Savari, and Harshnag are at the moment in kind of this area. And then also you'll see the same thing. There's another one here. They look like they can be dropped down, either as like a gate or something like that, as opposed to it being a thing that is a trap waiting to be sprung. These stone blocks just sitting in the ceiling. Even though Harshnag just tiptoes forward, it doesn't seem to activate them as he passes underneath the first one. Other than that, there doesn't seem to be any specific traps, nothing like a trapdoor or spikes about to launch out of the wall at you. The hallway itself, as you guys head down it, there are some openings that begin to open up heading down this way. I'll just describe them as you push forward. Second one, you can pass under everything. These aren't necessarily traps, but there is something there. What I'll do, actually, I think what I can do is this. Pam.
Gently tugging.
Hey.
Oh shit.
So they're above you, but they don't set off or anything. They're just two huge, great stone blocks that sit in the ceiling. But you pass underneath them without them going off or anything.
T for not a trap.
T for not a trap. Yeah, I don't know what the T is for.
Why are the
but,
letters on the ground?
It is a sort of trap or something like that. Heading into this area, you do notice a ledge. You can walk off of this, but then you can now see this was a hallway, whereas this is a battlement with no railings. Harshnag looks around and says, "My father said that giants once stood on top of these ledges and hurled rocks at interlopers. I suppose there's no giants left anymore to hurl rocks, but that's what this is for. He carries on walking. But these do lead either way.
Where did they go? What?
Well,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Does anybody hear voices anymore?
Are they perception checks?
I mean, sometimes at night, but
I imagine since it's sound, it's perception versus investigation then for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Savari just doesn't give a fuck.
Gideon and Boulder, you don't hear any voices anymore. The same for Harshnag, who looks a little confused, trying to work out like why the sounds would have stopped. However, Gideon, Boulder, you do hear a strange kind of scratching sound, as if something's a little ways down the hallway ahead of you guys this way.
which way to the right?
Yeah.
In front of us, yeah. Where we're going, same path.
Anyone hear that? Like claws on stone?
Yeah.
Gideon, I'm really concerned for you now. What are you hearing?
I have
No, I heard
ears.
it this
What do
time. He's not crazy.
Dude, so I have ears. Crazy invention. Fuck.
You invented them, right?
Was that a sentence? What are you?
Well,
I just
was
like
gonna
that
say
there's like a little
invention,
tiny Harshnag that sounds super drunk.
I was gonna say invention, but it's not. They weren't invented.
Okay.
Well, I heard it too.
See, I'm not crazy.
No, you're crazy. I disagree with you.
You are definitely Gideon. Boulder, I'm just gonna have to have your word.
Where is it coming
When
from?
have I ever steered you wrong?
This direction.
Can I roll a history check?
Never. Is the answer. I've
No,
thrown.
no, that was the one time
What time was that?
when you and Gideon were pissing about in that shop thing we were in.
God damn
You were
it.
saying that
What?
the elven on the walls was saying Gideon sucks and all that.
Oh, see, but that was for a joke. That wasn't combat or.
Wait,
death.
that was a joke?
No, that was real.
Shh, yeah, it's real. Shut up.
Oh.
That was real. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I,
you said it's coming
Can
from
I,
this way.
I'm assuming we still can't see anything in front of us, so we can't see where the sound would be coming from. Can we tell distance from the
You
sound?
can see the area directly around you. In general, the other guys can see a little ways further than you can. All you can see is that there are these battlements, these ledges that go off. The hallway seems to continue ahead as if it's heading directly ahead. It's a flat plane, not going up or down or anything like that. There's nothing else. There's just darkness at the end of this hallway where it's not lit up. At the far end of the hallway, the scratching noise is replaced by a hushed voice, which all of you will be able to hear, that says, "Yeah, there's definitely something down there."
See, told you guys.
And then another voice that says, "Send the dragon. Yeah,
Did you?
go on, let it go. Right, we'll send the dragon in. And if it screeches, or if anything screeches at it, we'll go in. Right,
Guys,
go."
I think we're gonna kill something.
We all hear that?
Then you hear the scratching replaced by some footfalls, and then a chain being dragged along the ground
Sure.
afterwards.
Pulling
think-
people over to this side,
think
like
we're gonna
over to the
fight.
battlements.
Yeah,
Then-
I'm with Savari. Is I'm kind
I'm-
of trying to violently usher
Right.
people off of our
Yeah,
pathway.
go.
Fighting
Give me,
things.
give me.
just come with me.
Get to your positions if you would like to. You have a couple of seconds to dart to one side. Harshnag looks at you all and says, "Well, why?"
Dragon.
Harshnag, we're gonna fight.
Give me a persuasion check.
We're gonna kill things.
All of us are just Gideon.
I'm rolling.
Who's rolling? Who's talking to Harshnag?
You can have advantage basically for everyone wanting him to do it.
Just
You
like,
He says, "All right," and then him runs and hides in
Very
the
persuasive.
in this alcove back here, but he keeps one head poking out, looking around the corner. As you guys see him looking, you also see, and let me just roll.
Oh, real quick. Can I ready in action?
You can ready actions.
Okay.
Great. I have my sword drawn and I'm ready
Brad.
to strike.
A little bit of a meta question here.
Go for it.
Would my Hunter's Mark or Vow of Vengeance give me any kind of advantage? Not actual mechanical advantage, but advantage on seeing them?
Well,
Right.
Hunter's Mark needs to be cast on the thing to get benefits to
Yeah.
hunting it.
Same with Vow of
Right.
Enmity, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I presume both of them say that on a creature you can see or
Oh,
something
shit. Oh, really?
to be able to cast it onto it.
Choose a creature you can see within range.
Yeah. With that
Okay,
though,
that's fine.
a little face appears around the corner, walking along the ground. Ding, 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 ding. It turns around the corner, and you see a smaller dragon, smaller even than Vexy, maybe the size of a really big dog, like a Great Dane, but bigger and thicker, reptilian. A small dragon with wings that don't seem to be fully formed yet, but still fairly horrific looking. Walks around the corner, sniffs, turns and looks at you, and then opens its mouth, screeches, and then I need everyone to roll initiative.
What the
There is also
Fuck!
there is also a roar from down the hallway, which
Fantastic.
sounds a lot like a war band suddenly drawing swords and hitting shields and running down the hall. Probably a good idea to go to a fucking early break.
Is it close enough that I can take my action, by the way?
Going to a break? Is that what you said?
It makes sense, I think, because this is not just one tiny little.
Hey, guys. It makes sense to go to a break, so we're going to take a real quick break.
When we come back, When we come back, you
What?
get to fight all of the berserkers, a shaman, and a white dragon wormling.
Lovely. Hey, guys. When we come back, we're going to fucking
Spoilers.
die. We'll see you guys in 3 to 5. Thanks so much for hanging, and we'll be back right after this. Go get a drink of water or something. All right, guys, real quick break. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Hope your guys' New Year's was amazing. Try and chat a little in the chat with each other, meet some new people, meet some fans of TableStory tonight. I think, by the way, we are setting up a Reddit very soon. We do have a Twitter for all this going on. Hope you guys can go and check it out. I believe it's down below or something, or I don't claim to be the most organized person in the world, but I think we're getting a Reddit set up very soon. If you guys want to catch the previous episodes, we have a YouTube channel. Go check it out. It is Tavernly Shows on YouTube. Should be down in the info section or in a command here as well. Go follow our players. We'll be back right after this.